Right, how are we doing then, folks? So, the beer is done. This is the new beer that we made the other day. So it stopped bubbling, the fermentation is completed. So what we're going to do now, I'm going to clean this bad boy up, and we're going to insert that stout into this, the IKS Brew, number 1. Let's do it. Right, so we've got this tap here, and then we put this on here. So unscrew that. This is I think they call this a sparkler tap. So basically with the end here, you can control the flow of beer with that. Instead of it opening, there's a flood of beer. You control it by the nozzle there. So that screws onto that. And you go inside the barrel, and tighten it up, hand tight. Don't over tighten it because it will just fail and the beer will go everywhere, folks. We don't want that. Nice and hand tight. These are the best taps I've ever got. I'll try and find an eBay link or something, folks, and I'll put it down in the description because they're well worth it if you've got homebrew. Don't use them white taps that come with the barrel. Right, I'll have to go down here with it. There you go. I think that'll do. That's it, that's hand tight, folks. So the next step, fill it with water. And I'm going to put some of this classic stuff in it. The VWP Cleaner Sterilizer. Makes up 120 gallons. Amazing stuff. So I'm going to pop some of that in there. A little dab of do you. Liquid in it. No, I was going to say. Oh, don't sniff it. Right, pop that there like that. Like that. That'd be nice if it could. From the sink. So put it on cold. There we go, that's alright, isn't it? Just filling that up, folks. Nice, and we're not losing any water in that process. I like to see the bill, the water bill after this, folks. Because again, I tried this with putting boiling hot water in that, putting the lid on and shaking it. But I'm not too keen on doing it with pressure barrels. So you remember the pressure, it's going to build up inside. And I don't want the sides of that, where they stuck the two sides together. I don't want it to fail. Because imagine that. Go to bed one night, folks, and all of a sudden, the beer has sprung a leak or exploded. Get some more pressure, you reckon? Yeah. Got a tiny little drip coming off into the sink, but that's no problem, folks. Homebrew number 1. I've got another stout kit, the same one. I'm going to do that one as well, so be sure to join me on that one as well, folks. I might try something different, I might try a different sugar, or something like that. I might experiment with this next one. We'll see, folks. We'll have a look. I'll show you the technique of sealing pressure barrels. King keg ones especially, because they've got a larger lid. They kept leaking, and I found a solution to seal them properly. Right, that'll do, folks. I'm not going to fill it all the way because this wastes some water at the end of the day. I'm going to put all this in as well. That goes in. Because we want that sterilised. Did I leave the spoon down there? Yes, I did. Here's the spoon. Let's give it a little stir. Put that solution in. what you can do, you know, grab your lid, chuck it on there, folks. These will leak, so watch it. Give it a little tiny shake. Now I'm going to lift this and put it on the edge of the sink. And when we're ready, we release it from here. Yeah. So basically we're going to give this about half an hour, something like that. What's it say on the old packet? One to 3 hours, rinse, run and make cold water. Well, I'm not going to wait that long, folks. I'm going to do it super fast way. Then we'll siphon this out, all that, and then we've got to add, I think, a couple of ounces of sugar. I'm just going to use it off the top of my head. I'm not actually going to measure it out this time. I think I know how much, and then seal it. And then leave it for 2 weeks, and then after that it's going to be fully cleared and fully available to drink. So it's going to be mad. It's going to be madness. So join us very shortly. I'll see you soon. Right then, folks. So let's start emptying this out. Let's see how can we get the best shot for you. Right. So let's see what I mean about the sparkler. If you tighten it, it shuts it off. If you loosen it, opens it up. Right, so I've done that now, so I'm not gonna do all of that. I'm gonna empty the rest down the plug hole, folks. I need to give this a rinse as well. Clean, clean. And still got some stains in there from the previous beer. Can you see that? Yes, I know, it's bad, folks. So I'm going to have to rinse that out. I'm going to get the old marigolds on. Get right in there. Don't play with sterilising solution, folks. Get them gloves on. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Take that out, give that a rinse through. That's what's touching the beer. First off. That's that done. Right, chuck that in there. Chuck that. This is what we're going to rinse it with. Only a little dab. Turn it off. So that's fully rinsed. Don't have to worry about that now. Pop that there. And now, get in there with your hands, folks. Yeah. You don't want to be scratching these barrels with any metal cloths, you know, like they use scrub pans with. Just use gentle, soft cloths, especially on them barrels there. Anything that gets scratches, bacteria get in it and it'll ruin it. Say no to bacteria. Hashtag bacteria. Now, let's get that lid back on. Kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Pop that on and give that a quick shake. Now that's done. I'm not going to go any further with that because you could be here all day doing it. That'll do, folks. Dry the gloves, put the gloves away, And then let's pour this beer into the pressure barrel and take it from there. So that's it, the tap's shut. The main thing, take the lid off this. Because we're going to have to clean all this stuff. That's where things get really fun. Right, so remember, sterilised. Pop that in there. And all we're going to do, dab, dab, dab. Might take a little sample, folks. What do you reckon? Oh, it tastes alright, folks. Liking this. The most horrible part to home brewing is the cleaning up. I hate it. I was hoping I was going to get it in there, but I don't think I am. I did leave this pressure fermentation bucket a couple of days over. Look, it doesn't matter because it's got a layer of CO2. As long as you don't disturb it, it's got a layer of CO2 between the lid and the beer. If you take the lid off and start stirring it, then the oxygen's going to get to it and it's going to kill it. But as long as you don't disturb it, you can leave it there for 2 weeks, then transfer it over, and then you've got fresh, it's all been cleared. As soon as you disturb beer, it will, and the oxygen gets to it, it will kill it off, and you don't want that, folks. You don't want that, folks. You want it to be clear, and you want it to be fresh. I'm just lifting it up like this to get the bit. You don't want to go right to the bottom because that's where all the sediment is. And all that horrible stuff. It just make you stomach a bit thingy bob in the mornings, folks. Through the eye of a needle, if you know what I mean. Just take care doing it. Make sure you try and get all of it out. Don't want to waste none of this, so we try and get to the last tiny little drops right at the bottom. Come on, come on, come on. Look at that. Yes. That is all the beer in the barrel, folks. Sometimes you do get some left behind, don't matter, just leave it. I haven't had that for a while. Right. Chuck that in there. Homebrew wise. God, I need another shower after all this. Right. Let's get the beer onto the table. Oh, oh. Make sure the handles don't snap. That could be bad. Right. What I had once before as well, I didn't tighten the tap up tight enough. I'd done it really, it was loose. It was loose. And, you know, obviously hand tight it as tight as you can. You don't put tools in it and tighten it up that way. Hand tight. And then, yeah, it started leaking, folks. And I had to put my hand into the beer to tighten it. Didn't like doing that because I thought, Christ, this could contaminate. It could be anything on my hands. But luckily, it didn't hurt the beer and we was all laughing, folks. So, yeah. Right, so the next step, we'll bring the beer over here. Right, so this is where obviously the lid goes on. So, it doesn't seal it very well. These King Keg barrels are really crap at sealing. So I figured out a way, and I went through loads of things. I was filing it, I was just trying to look, and I found the best way, folks. And you find, just get yourself on eBay, get yourself some PTFE tape, you know the one, the stuff they put around pipes to seal it, and then you do this basically. But first, we're gonna get some sugar in it. Get yourself some sugar, folks. Get a bowl. We'll have a look. See what we got. Whoops. Easy on. Little tiny bowl like that, folks. Get some sugar in it. I think that's about. I think that was about it. A couple. Yeah, I think that was about it. I can't remember off the top of my head, but I'm not measuring it out. I just want to get it done. Right, is that clear enough, folks? So we've got that measured out. Now we're going to put this on. We put this around. Oh, I've run out. I've got more. I bought a big pack, so bear with me. Right, fresh pack, get rid of that. That's no good. That's done. Fresh pack. Right, and we basically go round the threading. As many times as you want, folks. Because this works wonders, let me tell you. It seals it. I just go from the bottom and work my way up. I mean, because I kept getting pressure, you know, King kegs, they cost like, you know, 60 quid, 50 quid. And it's like, you know, the best you can buy, the good ones, it's like, yeah. But they kept leaking. It's like, for God's sake, if you haven't got a gauge on like I have, I bought that on eBay, if you search around, folks. If you haven't got one of these gauges, then it's hard to tell. You only find out when you go to pour a beer and there's just nothing in it. It's worse for the top taps. I've had a top tap as well. I don't like them, I think they're rubbish, because when you run out of gas, when you're nearly done, you don't want to put more gas into it. So I like to lift the barrel up and get the last drops out of it, folks. So that's done. We put the sugar in. You'll get a bit of rumbling going on. Should do. There you go. But that don't matter, it's not going to overflow. Then we put this on. And again, hand tight. Doesn't matter how tight you do these without the PTFE tape. That's it. I've got a tool that does it as well, but to be honest, it's getting it off that's more the problem. There you go. And there you go, folks. That is a new IKS brew yet again. Done. Now I will need to find something to put underneath it because I can't pour beer out of it. I suppose I could just drag it over, but we really want something underneath it. Oh yeah, some stout. I'm up for some stout, folks. Now we watched. Oh look, the pressure gauge's gone up a bit. You can watch the pressure gauge go up. Obviously it's got safety valves on it. When it gets so high, it will release from this little rubber band here. Yeah, let me show you a closer look, folks. Yeah, there's a tiny little rubber band here. When it gets to a certain pressure, it'll release. So there's no way of these blowing up or anything like that. So there's my pressure gauge. Yeah, there's a sparkler. Oh, sparkler! Yes, thanks very much for watching, folks. Check out Instagram, Facebook and all that jazz. And yeah, I'll see you again in the next video. Now I've got to clean up. That's fun, isn't it? See you soon.